welcome back to Little Reads. I'm Little Read, and today I'm going to read in the next chapter of the magic Faraway tree. As you well know, if you are a regular subscriber to this channel, I am a dyslexic reader. I often make mistakes during my readings, and if I do make mistakes, please do mind my reading. And the reason why I'm like reading these books, it was one of my friend's favorite childhood books. I've never read it myself before, so this was a chance for me to read this book and see what it's all about. So far we have read quite a few chapters. If you have been watching, we are now on chapter 10, a few more adventures. We have getting through quite a lot of these stories. It is a rather long book. It goes up to 26 chapters. I never read a book this big before, so it's quite a challenge for me. Reading a lot does tire me out a little, so it's a great way of me relaxing myself a little and trying to get myself in that sleepy mood. But that time me out quite a lot, so I do read quite slowly. So as I said, it is a rather long book. We've got through quite a few stories. So we have read all these so far, but let's get to the one we're going to read today, which is A Few Adventures More, which is this one right here. If you haven't been watching the previous chapters, please do go and catch up on the story so far. The friends in this story have gotten into quite a few different adventures and got into trouble a few times as well. So this is the next one, A Few Adventures More. We left the friends in the land of dreams. So let's see what happens to them in this one. So everyone was very pleased to be in the plane because they thought they could fly away from the land of dreams. After a second or two, Beth leaned over the side of the plane to see how high how high they were from the ground. She gave a loud cry. "What's that?" No, not what's that. "What's the matter?" What's the matter? Asked John. "Joe, this isn't a plane after all." Beth was astonished. "It's a bus. It hasn't got wings anymore or wheels, and we're sitting on the seats of the top of the bus." "Well, I didn't think it was a plane." "Gosh, ain't we flying then?" said Joe. "No, just running down a road," said Fanny. Everyone was silent. They were so disappointed when then a furious noise was heard. Splishy, splash, splash, splash. The children looked over the side of the bus, and they all gave a shout of amazement. "Look, Joe, the bus is running on water." "But it isn't a bus anymore." "Oh, look, it's got a sail." Everyone looked upwards, and there, blowing in the wind, was a great white sail. Joe, now steering with a tiller? Is it tiller? Tiller or taller? No, must be tiller. Tiller, I don't know what that is. Tiller instead of instead of with a handle or a wheel. It was very confusing. This is definitely land of dreams. No doubt about that, moaned Joe, wondering whatever the ship would turn into next. The awful part is we're awake, and yet we have to have these dreamlike things happening. An enormous wave splashed over everyone. Fanny gave a scream. The ship rocked back and forward, to and fro, and everyone clinged, no, cling tightly to one another. Let's land somewhere, for goodness sake, cried Rick. Heavens know what the ship will turn into next. A rocking horse? I should think, by the way it's rocking itself back and forth. And guess what? No sooner had Rick said that than it did turn into a rocking horse. Joe found himself holding onto his mane, and all the others cling, or the cling, or clung together. No, clung together behind him. The water disappeared. The rocking chair seemed to rocking down a long road. Let's get off, shouted Joe. I don't like the way this thing keeps changing. Slip off, Moonface, and help the others. It wasn't long before they were all standing in the road, feeling rather confused. The rocking horse went on rocking by itself down the road. As the children watched it, it changed into a large brown bear. Scampered on its big paws. Ha, said Joe. We got off just in time. Well, what are we going to do now? A man came down the road carrying a green-covered tray on his head. He rang a bell. Muffins! Fine muffins! He shouted. Muffins for sale. Ooh, I really feel as if I could eat a muffin, said Beth. Hey, muffin man, we'll have 6 muffins, please. The muffin man stopped. He looked down his tray from his head and uncovered it. Beneath there were not muffins but small kittens. The muffin man seemed to think they were muffins. He handed one to each of the bride's friends. One to Moonface and Saucepan. Then he covered up his tray again and went down the road ringing his bell. Well, does he think we can eat kittens? Said Beth. Oh, but ain't they dear little things? What are we going to do with them? They seem to be glowing or growing. They seem to be growing, Joe said in surprise, and so they were. In a minute or two, the kittens were too heavy to carry. They were big cats. They still went on growing, and soon they were big tigers. They played around the children, who were really rather afraid of them. Now listen, said Joe to the enormous kitten. You belong to the Muffin Man. You Go after him and get on his tray where you belong. Listen, you can still hear his bell. Go along now. To everyone's surprise and delight, the great animal ran down the road after the Muffin Man. He will get a surprise, said Rick with a giggle. Hey, don't let let's buy something from anyone else. It's too risky. What we really should do is to try and find a hole that leads from this land to the faraway tree, said Joe seriously. Sure, you don't have to stay in this peculiar land forever. Gosh, we never know what is happening from one minute to the next. I feel sleepy again, said Moonface, yawning. I do wish I could go to bed. Just as he said that, there came a tippity choppity noise behind them. They all turned and to their amazement saw a big white bed following them, trotting along on 4 fat legs. Gosh, said Rick, stopping in surprise. Look at that bed. Where did it come from? The bed stopped just by them. Moonface yawned. I'd like to cuddle down in with you and go to sleep, he said to the bed. The bed creaked as if it was pleased. Moonface climbed on it. It was soft and cozy. Moonface put his head on the pillow and shut his eyes. He began to snore very gently. This made everyone else feel tired and sleepy too. One by one, they climbed onto the big bed and lay down. The bed crackled in a very happy way. Then it went on its way again, chippity-choppeting on its 4 fat legs, taking the 6 sleepers with it. Now, what did happen to Silky? Well, she had found Dame Washalot, Mr. What's his name, and the Angry Pixie, and had told them how the others had fallen asleep in the land of dreams. Oh, good heavens! We'll never get away from there. They'll never get away from there, said what's his name? I don't know what that is. Exactly, I can't say that word. Okay, move on. He came, we must rescue them. Come along, Dame Washalot. Put a wash tub of water on his head. The angry pixie picked up a kettle of water. What's his name didn't take anything. They all went up the ladder to the top of the tree. The land of dream is still there. Silky, then her head popped over the top. I can't see that horrible Sandman anywhere. Now a good time to slip up and rescue the others. Come on. Up they went. They stared around the field of poppies, but they couldn't see any of the others. We must hunt for them, said Silky. Oh, look, at that great brown bear rushing along. I wonder if he knows anything about the others. They called him, she called out to him, but he didn't stop. He made a noise like children, not children, like chicken, children, chicken, and rushed off. The four of them wandered on and on. They suddenly came, no, they suddenly, and suddenly they saw something very puzzling coming toward them. Something white and white. Whatever can it be? Said Silky in wonder. Goodness me, it's a bed. And so it was. The very, very bed in which four children, and Moonface and Saucepan were asleep. Oh, look, squealed Silky. They're all there. Wake up, sillies. Wake up. But they didn't wake up. They just sighed a little and turned over. Nothing that Silky and the others could do would wake them up. And in the middle of this, there came footsteps behind them. Silky turned around and gasped, "Oh, it's the Sandman. Don't let him throw his sand into your eyes or you'll go asleep too. Quick, do something." The Sandman was already dipping his hand into his big sack to throw sand into their eyes. But quick as lightning, Dame Washalot picked up her wash tub and threw the water over the sack. It wetted the sand, but the Sandman couldn't throw it properly. Then the pixie emptied his kettle over the Sandman himself, and he began to choke and slapper, slatter. I don't know what that is. I can't say that. What's his name is dead. He suddenly took out his small pocket scissors and cut at the bottom of the sack. The sand was dry there. What's his name took a handful of it and threw it at the slaptering, can't say that word, Sandman's eyes. "Now you go to sleep for a bit," shouted what's his name. And of course that's just what happened to Big Sandman did. Right? Of course, that's just what the Big Sandman did. He sank down under a bush and shut his eyes. His sleepy sand act on him as such as on everyone else. Now we've got a chance, says Silky. Please help me to wake the others. But they just would not wake up. It was impossible. Well, we can't possibly get them down the hole, said Silky in despair. Then a bright idea came to her. She felt in Joe's pocket. She turned out a little pink jar of whiz-away ointment. There must be just a little left, she said. And there was a very tiny dab. "I hope it's enough," said Silky. Get on the bed, Dame Washalot, and you others. I'm going to try a little magic. Ready? She rubbed the dab of ointment onto the head of the bed. Whisk away home, whisk away home, bed, she said. And now, wow, and wow, white the big white bed whisked away. It whisked away so fast that Silky nearly fell off. It rushed through the air, giving all the birds a dreadful scare. After a long time, it came to the end of the land of dreams. A white cloud stretched out at the edge. The bed flew through it and down and down. Then it flew in another direction. It's going back to the faraway tree, I'm sure, said Silky. And it so did. No, and it was. It arrived there and tried to get through the branches. It stuck on one and slid away. Everyone began to slide off. Wake up, squealed Silky, shaking the children and Moonface and Saucepan. They woke up in a hurry as they were no longer in dreamland. They felt themselves falling and caught hold of branches and twigs. Where are we? Cried Rick. What has happened? Oh goodness, too many things to tell you all at once, and said Silky. Is everyone safe? Then for goodness sake, come into my house. Sit down for a bit. I really feel quite out of breath. The end. So children have made it back to the faraway tree. Next time we are going to be reading Up the Tree again to the chapter 11. That was quite exciting for the children to be whisked away on a bed, no less. So we shall see how they get on in the next chapter of the Faraway Tree. Thank you for tuning back in to my channel. If you haven't watched my previous videos, please do go back and watch the videos that I have done previously to catch up on the story so far. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye.